Welcome back to Llama Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. I live in Louisiana, and I am so grateful that you stopped by for a visit today. So why don't you grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and a project to work on, and let's visit. Hey friends, thank you for joining me at my desk today. I appreciate you all stopping by for a visit. You mean so much to me, and I just appreciate your support and just thankful that you are here to support me and to hang out. So I am working on a hat. So anyway, I was wanting this certain hat that has this certain look to it, and many of y'all mentioned different hats to look up, and I could not find the hat that I have in my mind that I want. So just doing something, and I'm using a 6mm hook because I want the holes bigger. You know, I want it big, and I know hat patterns usually don't call for a 6mm, but I want it to be a big slouchy hat with lots of holes and with cotton yarn, and so that's what it is. And I'm using a Caron cotton painterly cake, and it is a summer favorite. It's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It's a 4-weight yarn, and there is 481 yards in this cake. It looks like I might, be able to make a few of these hats. It looks like it's going to be white for a while. I got a big chunk of white here. The next hat might show the different colors, but I'm going to go ahead and make this one because I would like this off-white one, and then I don't know how far this is going to carry, if it's still going to be in the white or if it's going to get into the pink, but I think I'll make another hat out of this next again, and so it will pick up some of these other colors. But anyway, I'm liking how it's turning out so far. It's pretty airy, and that's what I was wanting. It's not what I had in mind. The one that I had in mind, I think it was some crochets and like maybe 3 or 4 chains, and maybe, I don't know if it was skipping stitches and then a double crochet, or it might have been, I think it was single crochets actually, but it wasn't like a mesh weave. It wasn't like a mesh. So I don't know, but anyway, I did look at what people had, suggested, or what they thought I was probably talking about, and it was nothing like what I was talking about. So I just decided to, I'm doing V-stitches with a 6mm hook. I figured that would be, leave lots of holes, and so it is so far. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I did not begin this with you guys because I did not want you to painfully sit there and watch me struggle through this. I had to restart this probably at least 3 or 4 times. It's the hardest part for me is starting the project. Oh my gosh, because there's nothing to hold on to, and yeah. But I got it done. I didn't give up, and so now I'm on a part where I've got it as big as I want it right here. So now I'm just going to be going around to come down for the sides of this hat. I hope it is a slouchy hat like I'm wanting. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. It's an experiment, and if it doesn't fit me, it will fit someone else. So yeah. So I have this almost all the way around of that gold in the middle, that yellow, and it's this darker gold right here, and not this muted yellow here. But anyway, it didn't quite go around until it started the white, and it's an off-white, So anyway, guys, you know, I had tried to loom knit that hat the other day, and I was doing it with the one strand because the pegs on that loom was a small gauge loom, and so one strand of yarn would have worked fine for that. But I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. It was so painful in my hands. And 2 hours later, my hand was still throbbing in pain. So I'm glad I didn't push myself to do that, because I could have really messed up my hand in a bad way where I couldn't even do anything. So I'm glad I finally was like, this is stupid to sit here and keep trying to do this. I was very disappointed. Just because it just seemed like one more thing that I can't do, you know? And there's no way I could do that. It was very, very painful. And like I said, 2 hours later, my hand was still hurting. And, you know, all I had was just my thumb and that knuckle right here to work with. I don't have the other fingers. And so, yeah, I used to just whip out some hats, like 7 hats a day, because I had more fingers to work with. And so, yeah, when you lose fingers, it really does change everything, how you do everything. So I know a lot of people were trying to give me, you know, tell me how to do it. I know how to do it. I just don't have the fingers and the hands to do it. So, yeah. But I am looking for some boxes, and I'm going to start listing my looms on Etsy. But I got to have boxes to ship them in, and I don't want to list them until I have a plan with boxes. I have round looms, square looms, big long rectangle looms. I have long looms. Yeah, I have all kinds of shapes and sizes of looms. So I want to get boxes, and I don't know if it's best to do those in bundles and just say, hey, this is what you get in this bundle. Because trying to find a box for each loom, I mean, I could put sets. I don't know if people would want different size gauges in sets or what. I don't know. In bundles, I meant. But anyway, I am figuring out how to do that, like how to get some boxes to fit those. So, what are you guys up to today? I am going to try to go to Crochet Club today. That is my plans, and hopefully nothing happens and I'm able to do that. I would love to go and just, you know, hang out with the crochet ladies, see what they're up to, and just listen to them. I don't usually talk. I usually just sit there and listen to them talk. That's interesting enough. So what do you got going on today? What's your plans? Now, yesterday was Monday, and my little art kids came down. 4 of them. Their ages, 2 14-year-olds, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. They came down about 12:30, and then we got finished. The last one left at like 5:30. So we did art all day long. I enjoyed every minute of it. I really, truly did. But my back was killing me from being hunched over that table for so long. And so when they left, I went to the restroom, got something to drink, and then I went to bed and took a good nap. And when I woke up, we had rain and wind. Not too bad, but just a little bit of wind and some rain from that hurricane. But, yeah, I went to bed praying for everyone that was in that path of that hurricane. Burl, is that his name? The hurricane's name? But I'm sorry to hear that there was some deaths in Houston, I believe. I'm sorry to hear that. That's heartbreaking to hear that. But I took me a good nap. Like I said, when I got up, I'll come in here to put Phoebe out, and it was raining, the wind was blowing, and it actually felt pretty nice out there. But yeah, my plans are today is to go to Crochet Club. Oh, I was going to tell you about the kids. Yeah, the kids that came down and we did art, you know, like all day long. They did get a lot of stuff done. The way I do that with them, like I tell them, okay, now we're going to work on watercolor still life. And so they pick what they're going to do. They come up with ideas, and then they, you know, we talk about it. I talk about it with each one of them, their plans, and talk about the proportions and their size, how much of the paper it needs to fill up. And I always remind them, you can't draw it tiny because then you won't be able to paint it in. So I try to emphasize that so they don't draw tiny stuff and then not be able to paint it in the end, you know. And so they pick what they're going to paint. They all paint something different because the two oldest ones are in a category together and the two youngest ones are in a category together. And I hate that for them. That they have to compete with their siblings, but it's their age groups. But anyway, the youngest one, he's 7. He kept calling me Grandma yesterday, and he would say, every time he would, you know, go to like ask me something or tell me something or show me something, he'd say Grandma. And I tell you what, I loved every minute of it. Okay, I don't have grandkids. I probably won't ever get grandkids, and so I loved every minute of it. I don't care if he calls me Grandma. He can call me whatever he wants to call me. But I did enjoy the day with them. It was fun. And they got lots of art done. And some of them are doing like, the boys are really artistic. And the girls are doing some great pictures also. The thing about the boys, they are both colorblind. One 14-year-old boy and the 7-year-old boy, they're both colorblind. Their dad's also colorblind, but they're very artistic and really have an eye for drawing things and just putting things on paper. And then the girls are doing a good job too. They are doing some interesting things. The oldest girl, we're going to do a mixed media piece, and the oldest girl is going to do something Taylor Swift. And so we talked about that for a little bit. But anyway, I just had a good day with them. I was wore out. My back was killing me by the time the day was over, but it was worth it. You know, sometimes a little pain isn't going to kill us. We get over it, you know, with some rest. So yeah, after I got up, I wasn't hurting as bad. And my nurse did come out yesterday and flushed the port in my chest. She flushed that with some heparin and saline. So it's done for the month, and I don't have to worry about that. Just if I get, you know, blood, if I have blood draws or something like that somewhere and they'll use my port, then it'll get done again, but that doesn't hurt anything. But anyway, she said that, you know, I told her, I said, that was my last heparin. Where am I going to find more heparin? Because it's my duty to find that and the supplies. And she said that she thinks she knows where some is at her job. And she will look and see. And if it is, she says she'll just get them and bring them to me. So that will be good. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that I was working on this hat. Getting it done. It's not the pattern I had in mind, but it's a hat, and it'll be airy, I believe. I think it's going to work. I usually do hats. I do double crochets and increase, and double crochets and increase. And so that would not have been wholly. So I thought, well, the V-stitch will be holes. So that's why I'm doing the V-stitch and just kind of figuring it out. Like I said, I think this is my crown. It goes around the top of my head nicely. So now I'm going down the sides. And I'll show you what else I've been working on. I really have sat here and crocheted a lot. But my sweater... Let me show you guys where I'm at on my sweater, because I know you'll be proud of me. Okay, so here's my sweater, and I'm looking for, when I made this, I had to figure this out myself, and I wrote it down. I even drew it out, wrote all the numbers to 100, and figured out what I wanted to do and how to make that. And I'm trying to find that piece of paper. I know I saved it and I have it somewhere, and I got a stack of papers out that I'm going through. Anyway, so I've gotten a good ways on it, but it's still not quite long enough. This might come down to the very top of my pants, and I want it to come down to my hips. But so over here, that's where I'm at. Oh, Sassy, no, you don't need up there, Sassy. Yeah, right. So that's where I'm at. That's how far I've done since I connected it. And you'll remember how big that cake was. That's what I have left. And this, I'm using the Premier Sweet Roll and Raspberry Swirl. And Sassy thinks this is hers. She thinks I'm crocheting this for her. But anyway, on this round right here, I'm right here, and I gotta go to right here, and then I'll chain up and start a new round. So I'm proud of the progress I've made on that, and on the hat that I'm working on. Come on, Phoebe, Sassy. Y'all, this cat, I just don't know. I didn't know cats got so attached to people like she is. I stepped outside on the doorsteps with Phoebe for just a moment, and this cat was in the house. Now, she follows me from room to room to room. If I was to get up right now and walk to my bedroom, she would go back there with me. And if I turned around and came back to the kitchen, she's going to go to the kitchen with me. She just walks the house with me all day long. Wherever I go, she goes. Well, I had stepped outside, and I went down the steps, and I was standing out there watching Phoebe go potty. And Sassy was in the room, in the house, on the other side of the door, screaming and clawing the door. And Phoebe looked at me, and I looked at Phoebe. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's Sassy. She was having a cow because I went outside. Now, she's never been outside, and I don't want her to go outside. So, yeah, she was screaming very loudly and clawing the door, trying to get through it. And when I came back in, there is a like a Chester drawer, a small Chester drawers sitting right next to the door there. She was up on top of that, trying to look out the window on the door. If you know what my front door looks like, it's got the two little skinny windows. She was trying to look out that, I guess. But yeah, she had her a fit because I went outside. And when I came back in, she was like just instantly in my arms, and she did not want me to put her down. I was trying to do stuff, and she was like, "Oh no, you're gonna hold me, woman." And so I'm sitting here, you know, holding her, trying to work on my project, and I could not put her down. I got up and I went back there to Big Daddy. I was holding her, and I was like, "Carrot, can you hold her? Because I need to work on my project." So he tried to hold her, but she wouldn't stay back there. She had to jump down and come on back up here with me. I know dogs can be like that, and I've had plenty of dogs like that. Phoebe is like that. She's always got to be really close by. And, but I just didn't know cats were quite like that. So, yeah. If you have a cat, is your cat like that? And so now I'm wondering, when we leave and go to town, does Sassy do that? When we leave? Now, when I come back from town, she is usually in the cat tree right by the front door, or in the dining room. There's some windows that she gets up on a shelf and looks out that window. So when I come in the door, she's not in the cat tree right behind the front door, then she's in the dining room on the window. And so now I'm wondering, does she scream the whole time I'm going to town? Does she do that when I leave out and go get in the car to go to town? I don't know. Next time, I'm probably going to stand outside a minute and see if I hear her doing that. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I hope we have a good turnout at Crochet Club. I'm excited to go. I went last month to the daytime Crochet Club, but then they started a nighttime one also, and I had planned to go to that one, but that's the day that I fell, went splat on the floor, so I did not get to go. I was just hurting too bad. Big Daddy had called that day after I had fell, and he said, "Hey, are you going to the Crochet Club tonight?" Because he was going to actually take me. And I said, "Oh, no, I can barely move. I'm not going to do that." So I missed that one, but hopefully I'll get to go to that one this month. I can go to the daytime one and the nighttime one. That would be cool. Just to see what different people come at different ones. I'm free to go to both, so I might as well. And the lady who was running the nighttime one, she had invited me to come, and I told her that I would, but then that happened, and I'll just tell her I had an accident that day and didn't get to come. But anyway, I'm not working super fast, but I'm steadily working. You know what I mean? Steadily working, so that's what counts, and that's what's going to get me to the end. I'm putting all these V-stitches in there so it will be wholly and airy as much as I can get it. Yep, I do believe it will be not what I was had in my mind, but it'll be a nice hat. Anyway, guys, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a blessed day. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to tell me below, what your plans are, what you got going on, what kind of projects are you up to today. And I'll see you in the next video, friends. Bye, guys.